And of course, since we're using the new minion movement speed track, we're going to go here, and we're just going to do the universal way method, where we're just going to roll a d6, and we're going to see what all minions, what die they will be using to generate movement, to add to their base movement. So we're going to roll. Again, let's come up by, that's come up the last few turns. So, of course, right here, that's 5. The minions will again be using a d10 for movement. Okay, let's consult the minion population track here, because we killed that orc archer, or Zeke did. Okay, and here is our minion population track. For this scenario, we did set it at 5. We only have 4 minions in the dungeon, correct? So we're going to have to draw a level 1 minion and spawn it into the dungeon. So let's go over that again. But remember, you can set it as much as you want, how tough of a game you want, all the way up to 18. So let's go over there. Let's draw our minion and see what's going to be coming into the dungeon and where in the dungeon it will be spawning in at. Okay, and remember, here is our monster area. So we're going to be spawning in a minion. Got the, just knock the door over, and I have our minion cards. So let's shuffle. Oops. And we'll go down 3. 1, 2, 3. The new minion that will be entering the dungeon is a goblin footman. This is the normal version, and I'm going to tell you something about the goblin footman real quick. This goblin footman, the elite versions have this, I think it's called screeching alert, and they can, on a roll, it's a special ability that they let out this loud shriek, and they can turn vagrant minions into raiding minions if they're like within a few quadrants. So these things can be quite troublesome. So I'll tell you what, let's get our D8 and let's spawn him in. Well, I guess we could do it right here. So we'll put him there, grab the D8, and remember, that's, from the spawn points like we talked about earlier. There's 8 of them, and the goblin footman will be entering in at, what is that, 8? So I think it's going to be over there in the ogre's lair. So 8. Okay, let me get the cardboard miniature and spawn him in. And before we spawn in that normal version of the goblin footman, I thought that you would be curious to see the elite version of the goblin footman. So I had to say if it's a raiding minion, but let's take a look at this. Screeching alarm. When a raiding goblin footman ends their turn, they roll 1d20. On a result of 16 to 20, any minion within a 6-space radius is instantly converted into a raiding minion. No line of sight is needed. So, and just so you know that for the difficulties, remember this is a normal because it has 1 skull there. That value, like 16 to 20, there's more of a chance of that activating. So like when you go to expert and heroic, they have higher warfare values, they have more health, and these special abilities have a greater chance of activating. So I just thought you'd like to see this. All right, let's spawn our normal version of the goblin footman into the dungeon. And quite simply, there is spawn point 8 in the ogre's lair west. Okay, so now let's get our minions moving. Okay, and I have our Wraith card right here, and it has a base movement of 3 plus the roll of a d10. So I'm just going to roll the patrol route die because it's definitely going to pick up a patrol route. So try to roll it right here if I can. And that's 3, and 3 is 6. It is going to go on the blue patrol route when it hits that. So 1, it's going to just shuffle back towards the Well of Eternity. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, on to the next minion. Oh, wait. I got you again, Andrew. Shadow step. So on a 16 to 20, it's going to take another turn. I have our d20 right here. See, didn't forget. clear the dungeon of that. Roll. And it did not activate with 11. Okay, now on to our next minion. And next up is our skeletal grunt, and it is on the green patrol route heading into the ogre's lair. And hopefully it makes it there, because I want to show you what happens. Basically, it can occupy a spawn point to pick up a patrol route, but it can never end its movement if there's another minion, on a space. But that's like any space in the dungeon, okay? Base movement of 2 with the roll of the d10, and I rolled a d20. That would mean, and I just rolled the patrol route die also, just in case. So 10, and that's, what is that, a 6 and 2, that's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, right on. Next turn, though, it will be going on to that. Okay, on to our next minion. Okay, next up is our Blackwood Prowler. It has a base movement of 5, of course, with the roll of our d10. And I will hold on to the patrol route die right now, but it is right here. And it is moving down on the blue patrol route. So let's see the kind of movement it will generate. And 5 and 5, that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gonna hold on to that one movement. It's thinking where to go next, and it wants to go on the purple patrol route, which is right here. So it's gonna just go right there by the chamber door. Okay, on to our next minion, which is the Shadow Dweller. Okay, here's our Shadow Dweller card, and as you can see, it has a base movement of 4 there. And we're using, of course, the d10. And it was on the blue patrol route, so it's going to kind of go up around this chamber and come back to that spawn point right there. Or I'm sorry, skull point node. I'm going to roll the patrol route die just in case. 4, that's the blue patrol route. Okay, so 7 and 4, that's 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it stops right on the skull pile node, which is not a spawn point, but like a junction to pick up another patrol route on its next turn. Lastly, let's go to our new friend, the Goblin Footman in the Ogre's Lair. Okay, and lastly, our Goblin Footman, we can see right there, that's a base movement of 3. Okay, so base movement of 3, normal version. And I don't think we're going to roll the patrol route die because it's on 1. So let's see where it is thinking of go. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we do. What am I talking about? Okay, so we're rolling that movement. Where is it going to go and how far? Well, it's going to go on the blue patrol route, and that's a lot of movement. That's a lot of movement. 9 plus it, that's 12. I have to move the camera. So blue patrol route is right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I almost made it to another skull pile node. So kind of give you the lay of the dungeon. That's where everything's at in this area. And of course, real quick, you probably know this. If a vagrant minion sees Albus, they don't convert into a raiding minion. It's only a hero. And I think that does wrap it up for turn 4. And what a turn it was. Okay, let's pull the camera back and wrap this up. And guys, turn 4 is a wrap. Wowza. That was a really fun turn. I hope that you enjoyed that. And again, I'm sorry I was a little long-winded with some of that, but you definitely learned even more about the game. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I really love playing this with you and going over it. The highlight, though, Maheliak storming into that chamber and killing those 2 champion monsters. Trust me, guys, when you get playing 6 heroes and there's a few guardians in the dungeon, oh man, there's a lot going on, but it's just so much fun because there's all these little episodes of things going on all over the dungeon. So we're going to wrap this up. Turn 5 will be up very soon. And actually, I got to tell you something. not really on a sad note, but my family's saying this weekend we're going to have to clear up the Christmas stuff. But we will keep going. We're going to go up to Celebration Day, so you may not be seeing... I'll try to sneak in Churn 5 before we have to do a teardown of the table. So this will be going away for this season. So, but I want to share this as I move the camera up, and I'll leave you with this, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. Let's see if this camera... Oh, we can just leave it just like that. So, I've shared this before, and I'm going to tell you something. These games right here hold a special place in my heart, and if you're a younger gamer, I highly, I look at these and I feel elated. Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale. Now, I haven't played Torment, and even back then I didn't play Torment, but it's an awesome game. But these three right here, Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate 2, and definitely Baldur's Gate, these are some of my favorite games of all time. And a lot inspired me with like this series. You know, you control 6 heroes in Baldur's Gate. The normal, regular way, you control 6 heroes in Dungeon Crusade. And I'm going to be very honest with you and say it's like when I'm playing Dungeon Crusade, like I want to go play Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale. When I'm playing Baldur's Gate in Icewind Dale, I want to come out and play Dungeon Crusade. I swear, it's like I'm pulled in each direction with these. I just love these games so much. And I would recommend you guys to check these things out. Now, these are kind of old school, and I love those old school graphics. But man, the stories, the combat especially, the combat is so awesome in these games. And I think I'm gonna have to do a little like 10-minute playthrough of showing you how I get down to micromanaging battles in either of these games. You know, I get real precise with, okay, my barbarian's gonna attack this ogre, and I'm gonna cast the spell with my mage here. I'm gonna heal this hero. And I think that this is based, you know, on, what is it, 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. I personally think that these games, Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, I think they do the best to, like, if you want that tabletop, you know, experience with a D&D session, I think these games just do it awesomely. And this is BioWare. This was made by BioWare. And with Baldur's Gate, it was, it's older, but man, they knocked the ball out of the park with this one, just like the quests. And it's just, you really should play this. And actually, on GOG, Good Old Games, if it's still on sale, guys, this is only $3.99, and it's the enhanced edition. So if you're a PC player and you've never played this, you are in for a real treat. If you like Dungeon Crusade, I think you really enjoy these games. I love them. I have an ongoing game I'm trying to play right now, so whenever I get time, but I just, you know, just awesome games. So check this out. PS4, Xbox, PC, you cannot go wrong with any of these games. All right, guys, I am going to get to work here. I want to get to Churn 5. I think it might be just as exciting, if not more. And I love you guys. I hope you have just an awesome new year. Looking forward to 2022 with you. Some surprises, definitely, with Groovis Games Unlimited. Some games, some possibly additional content that will be added to the Pledge Manager. Just, we want to get a few things done. But I have some things I want to create. And I'm very passionate about it, and I want to give this to you guys, because I think when you see what it is, what these things are, it would be really nice to have that for you in the game. Okay. Everyone, have a first good day of 2022. I'm going to get back here as fast as I can because I love hanging out. I want to play Dungeon Crusade, and I'm just loving this game right now with you. All right, guys, have a good day. I'm going to be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.